beauty, history. Birmingham, Alabama. Welcome to the 2024 Transplant Games in the Magic City.
Inside Legacy Arena, they don't call it the Magic City for nothing, because there's going to be a lot of magic happening here tonight, because it is the Transplant Games pre-ceremony show. And guess what? For the next couple of days, everyone is going to be inside Birmingham, all over the place, competing and talking about what is so good, the gift of life. Welcome inside Legacy Arena. I am JJ Pruitt, your host today, and I got to tell you guys, this is going to be an amazing time for everyone, because the Transplant Games, if those of you who don't know, you're about to find out what the Transplant Games is all about, why it is important, and why we are here in the Magic City this year. It happens every 2 years, but I am pleased to announce the president and CEO of the Transplant Life Foundation and head of the Transplant Games, Mr. Bill Ryan. Good afternoon to you. Good evening to you, sir.
Hello, JJ, and hello, Birmingham.
How are you?
We're fantastic.
Well, thank you for coming to Birmingham. And I'll get to that in a second, but for those people who don't know what the Transplant Games are, give us the big picture of what the Transplant Game is, how it started, and what it's all about.
Oh, it's easy. 34 years of history of honoring donation and transplantation around the United States. It's an amazing event that's followed by thousands of people. We go city to city. Our message is we need more donors. We need more people thinking about donation and transplant. And there's no better place to do that than here in Birmingham.
Birmingham is a big, rich history of transplantation. Why did you decide to choose Birmingham? Is that the reason?
Well, cities bid to try to get us to come, just like a lot of the other big events like the Super Bowl. We might be a little bit smaller than the Super Bowl.
just a little.
But cities bid to bring us in. And, you know, we were particularly pleased to look at Birmingham because of Birmingham's rich history in the civil rights movement. We thought the combination of all of the medical events that happen in this city, the reputation that you have, you know, it's not called the Magic City for nothing.
Right.
And you add to that there's a need in the multicultural community to get more organs in play for people of color. Birmingham was the place.
Well, that is amazing. Now, speaking of that, you have a very rich history, you and your family, of transplantation and organ donation. Tell us a little bit about your family history.
Well, we do. I'm a donor dad. I've lost two daughters, one to a car accident, one to a physical condition that she had. But it was truly my daughter in 1986 that made me part of this community of transplant. She donated 7 organs and just was an amazing person to do that. That was back in the day when transplant wasn't as, you know, regular as it is today. So she really led me down here.
Yes, sir. Well, I kind of have a similar story to you. My mother suffered from kidney disease, and I actually decided at age 23 to give a kidney to her. Nice. Just a short story of it, so I can imagine. Thank you so much for your service, and thank you for your daughter's commitment to it and your family's commitment. Is there a lot of people who are there's a lot of people who are afraid of, I guess, of donation. Is that fair to say?
Well, I think there's a lot of mystique around it. First of all, it's a big deal. You know, whether you're giving an organ or whether you're needing an organ and you receive one. I mean, it's a big step. So I think there's a lot that goes into it. But the reality is that how many times in your life are you going to have the ability to save a life?
Right.
You know, and what we do, and even being here this week, is going to result in people's lives being saved. It's a great feeling.
Yes, sir. Well, speaking of great feeling, people from all over the world are here. How many athletes? How many teams? Big. A lot of people in Birmingham.
Well, I think we're approaching 3,000 athletes, and probably in total close to 10,000 people will be here over the 6 days. And you know, everybody that I've talked to is thrilled to be here. The footprint that Birmingham has, the warmth of the people, the volunteers. I haven't heard a bad word yet.
I'm going to take a guess. I said there's people from all over the world. The farthest away, somebody from Australia? Is that right?
There is somebody from Australia. Australia usually wins. We got somebody from Uganda here today, and I don't know my geography whether that might beat out Australia, but it might.
I hear you. Well, hey, thank you so much, Mr. Ryan. Thanks for coming to Birmingham. We appreciate you, and I cannot wait to meet everybody and hope you guys have a wonderful time here in Birmingham.
Thank you, and we love that you're here too.
Well, thank you. Glad to be here. All right, guys. Well, hey, coming up, we're going to have all kinds. The opening ceremonies parade is going to be coming up. We're also going to have another guest coming up, so make sure you stick around for the Transplant Games pre-ceremony show. We'll be back. Inside Legacy Arena in Birmingham, Alabama, the Transplant Games pre-ceremony show taking place. And ladies and gentlemen, people from all over the world are here in the Magic City getting ready for the next 5 days to compete and to talk about the gift of life. Speaking of that, we do have someone who has saved and gives life almost every day, and that is Dr. Carlton Young of UAB, co-director of UAB Medicine Comprehensive Transplant Institute, and a whole lot of other titles that we couldn't fit, Dr. Young. How
I've
you
just
doing?
been around too long. Thanks so much for having me, JJ. It's what happens when you've been around since 1997.
Well, and that's what happens when you're good at what you do. Tell everybody about what you do at UAB and how big it is there.
Well, UAB is a tremendously large transplant center. We've been doing transplants since 1968 under Dr. Diethelm. I'm a kidney surgeon, used to do kidney pancs. I'm getting a little bit older now. I also transplant children, do vascular access, and help run the Comprehensive Transplant Institute.
Well, UAB is one of the sponsors of this event. I would imagine you guys know how important organ donation is, especially in your department.
Oh, without a doubt. Organ donation is so critical to what I do and to save lives. If we didn't have living donors as well as people who donate after a loved one has passed away, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. It's a miracle of life that we're able to give to patients.
What would you tell someone out there who, and I've talked with Mr. Bill Ryan about this, there's a lot of, as he said, mystique around organ donation. Some people are just flat out scared to do it because they think something happened. I had mine 29 years ago. The only thing that they said I couldn't do was play contact football anymore, and I was fine with that. What are some of the mystiques, I guess, that we want to, clear up?
Sure. We want people to sign their organ donor card on the back of their driver's license. Sometimes people think that if I'm injured, have a bad head injury, that the medical system isn't going to take care of me. They're just going to take my organs. That is the furthest thing from the truth. I've been doing organ donors since 1995, and that's never been the case. The medical community is dedicated to taking care of patients if they have a serious injury and only call the organ centers if there's no hope.
Well, speaking of that, how important is it? Because of course, unfortunately, a lot of the minority communities, the African-American community, is affected by or I guess kidney failure and need of the organ transplants?
Absolutely. In the African American community, diabetes and hypertension is at epidemic levels. Actually, we have more African American patients on our waiting list than we do other minority and majority patients. It's just so prevalent. But we need donors from everywhere. And in the African American communities, for lots of long history that we don't have time to get into, there's misconceptions. But I'm here to stay. I'm African American. I've been doing this for 30 years plus, and we take care of our patients when they come in and only get called if there's just no hope left.
So let me ask this question. Can someone who is white donate to someone who is African American?
Oh, absolutely. We're one race.
Right.
There's only one race. Genetics are the same. Doesn't matter what color, as long as your blood matches, and we can all even do incompatible. Anybody can give to anybody. Doesn't matter what ethnicity they are. We're one big God's family, so we can. Whoever's able to donate, we'll take them.
All right. Well, speaking of the last question, how can people? I guess the most important thing again. What would you tell everybody out there? Sign up. Just sign that back of the driver's license card. Would that be the first thing you'd tell everybody to do?
Sign up, but also talk to your family. Let them know your wishes. If they don't know your wishes and, God forbid, something happens to you, they may say, oh, we don't know what to do. But if you express your wishes, this is one thing, the last act that you can do. And so it's extremely important to speak to your family.
Well, Dr. Carlton Young, thank you so much for what you do. Thank you for saving people's lives. I appreciate it. All right, guys, we got more to come on the Transplant Games pre-ceremony show live from Legacy Arena in Birmingham, Alabama. This place is getting crowded, guys. We'll be back. Inside Legacy Arena in Birmingham, Alabama, we're getting ready for the parade of athletes for the Transplant Games Opening Ceremony. Welcome back in, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here. And I have to tell you guys, if this is your first time to Birmingham, or if you're watching somewhere right now, you haven't been to Birmingham, then I've got my next guest here who's going to tell you how great Birmingham is. Birmingham Fire Chief Corey Moon. How you doing, Chief? Good to see you.
Good to see you, JJ.
Everything going well?
Yes, sir.
I hear you. Okay, so first and foremost, you have a personal story, I guess. Tell me your history with transplantation.
So my brother and I, 22 years ago, we did a transplant. I gave my brother a kidney on May 1st, 2002. So we celebrated our 22nd anniversary just recently.
Wow. Well, you're tall, so I imagine you played sports, right?
Absolutely.
You played basketball,
I did
football?
play basketball in the city of Birmingham. I'm from the city of Birmingham. Went to the West End High School, so I'm from this community.
Well, a lot of people think in our community, in the African-American community, they think, well, if you get a transplant, then you can't do anything else. Well, you're fire chief, so that dispels the myth right there.
That is absolutely right. I've gotten that question so many times over the years. It was actually something that came up when I decided to give my brother a kidney. I had just become a firefighter about a year before, and my family and most of my friends were afraid that I wouldn't be able to go back and still do my job as a firefighter. But that was something that I was not concerned about. I was only concerned about the health of my brother. Made that decision. It was the best decision I ever made in my life. But I was able to continue on my firefighting career, and look where I've become, look what I've turned into over the years. So
you and I have a similar story. I was just telling people earlier. I donated a kidney to my mom 29 years ago.
Awesome.
And the only thing the doctor told me was you can't play contact sports anymore. And I have been able to go on to do everything that I've done. Played basketball, all of the different things that you say you do. I'm a little out of shape right now, but that's okay. But let's talk a little bit about Birmingham. The world is coming to Birmingham, or it's here right now for these games. What would you tell everybody about this city?
So I'm excited to have everyone here, to have this large gathering of recipients and donors here. I want everyone to know how great the city of Birmingham is, all the things that we have to offer as a city. So I'm just glad to be able to represent as the fire chief of the city and represent as a donor, and just be able to have people come here and enjoy, obviously, our culinary history as the city of Birmingham. But Birmingham is just a great place to be. Obviously, the people are great, and it's just a great place to be.
What's unique about the transplantation community here? Because you and I guess we had it at the same place. What in your opinion, what's unique about it?
We obviously have the best doctors in the world. I had my transplant at UAB with the best doctors available. So people are always in good hands when they come here, whether they're doing the tissue donation, eye transplant, or any kind of organ donation. Birmingham has the best doctors available, and they're in the greatest hands.
Well, did you know that there were people from Australia, everybody here? And I guess it's cool because you and I, we can kind of relate to everybody here. Somebody donated like you and I, or somebody received a organ, and that's here. So everybody that's going to be inside this building, or the majority of the people here, we have something to relate to. Have you had a chance to talk with anybody and tell them your story?
Absolutely. So that's one of the things I've been doing over the last couple of days, is just going, meeting people, greeting people, meeting people. And it's really cool to have people from all over the world, all over the country here sharing their stories. So that's something that I've been doing, and I kind of have owned that the last couple of days. So I'm excited to meet more people.
Well, Chief, we can't thank you enough for being here, and I'm glad to hear about your story. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Enjoy yourself, and I can't wait for everybody to hear your story, because it's a great story.
Thank you, JJ.
Speaking of that, guys, we're that much closer to the parade of athletes inside Legacy Arena. Birmingham, Alabama is where we are, and the Transplant Games pre-ceremony show is taking place. We'll be back.
I'm doing.
Inside Legacy Arena once again for the Transplant Games pre-ceremony show. The world is here in the Magic City, and I got to tell you guys, we are so excited to hear all of the wonderful stories that everyone has who are going to be here. Welcome back in, everyone. We are here back inside Legacy Arena for the parade of athletes getting ready to come out here in the Transplant Games pre-ceremony show. I'm pleased to introduce Jefferson County Commissioner Mr. Jimmy Stevens. How you doing, sir?
Doing great, JJ. Glad to
Good.
be here with you.
Thank you, sir. Good to be here
Yes,
with you.
sir.
It's always a pleasure talking to you. Okay, Commissioner, the world is here in the county. It's going to be amazing.
Well, it is amazing. This is a party with a purpose, okay? What we want to do, we want to be able to showcase City of Birmingham and Jefferson County and to let the world know our secret and to be able to polish this diamond in the rough that we have and to be able to work together with everyone to make sure that it's polished properly.
How excited are you about having people from Australia? We've got a Ugandan team that are here. Again, the world literally is here.
The world is here in Birmingham, Alabama, and it's the same as the World Games. I am proud, and I am pleased, and I am honored and humble to be part of this grand event and to be able to showcase our area to the world.
Well, as we know, this place is going to be filled with people who have either gotten transplants or people who have donated organs and everything. And it doesn't matter what the story is. Everyone here has that story, and they're here to tell everybody about how important organ donation is. I know you're big with the Cancer Society, but how important is it to you, organ donation?
Well, it's a second chance.
Yes, sir.
It's something that people were not afforded the opportunity not too many years ago. And as it has grown and evolved, it's encompassed more people, and it's been able to touch more lives. And I am so thankful that we're able to host this event here as a celebration of life, a celebration of that second chance.
Well, I don't know if you know, but I donated an organ 29 years ago. I had a big old scar on me. Now I heard it takes this little bit right here. The advancements in medicine has been amazing.
It has been amazing, and it's wonderful to be able to have it right here at one of the homes of one of the great research universities here in the Southeast,
yes, sir.
UAB. So I am humbled, and I am so pleased to be able to be here and to welcome the world to the city of Birmingham and to Jefferson County.
I don't know if you know this. Have you heard about 10,000 extra people are going to be in the city for the next 4 or 5 days?
That's wonderful news.
Yes,
that's
sir.
wonderful news. And enjoy the food. The cuisine in Birmingham is as good as anywhere in the world. And the diversity that we have, you can get any kind of food that you can think of.
Yes, sir.
And I'd like to have everyone to perhaps go by and check Vulcan out, check 16th Street Baptist Church, all of our civil rights, Barber Motorsports, to let the world know what this area has to offer.
Yes, sir. Well, speaking of that, we mentioned 3,000 athletes, 4 days of competitions, and, of course, the events are absolutely free, Commissioner, so people can come and see the people who have received organs to compete in all kind of 22 different sports. It's going to be an amazing time. 20 different sports, excuse me.
Well, the venue that we have here, Legacy Arena, is newly remodeled, and it's filling up. And I am so happy that people have that opportunity to come and to partake.
Well, we get to hear from you a little bit later on in the opening ceremonies. You're going to be talking a little bit more, but we got some donor tributes. We got all kinds of stuff that's happening here. And so, again, what was the last word you would wish everybody who's visiting in town about this event for the next couple of days?
Well, God bless each of you, the donors and the donees. And I am so thankful for the second chance that these people have been offered. And let's go have a good time this week and make the best of it.
All right. Well, thank you, Commissioner Stevens, once again.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, and good to see you. And
Yes, sir.
enjoy yourself, because it's going to be some good times.
I will.
All right, guys. Well, hey, listen up. That is a wrap. But guess what? Don't go anywhere, because the parade of athletes is getting ready to start very soon. You're going to be seeing everybody. Again, we mentioned the world. They're going to be coming in one at a time. You guys have to experience the Transplant Games in Birmingham, Alabama. Thanks to the city of Birmingham, Jefferson County, and all the people who are here. We'll see you around the city, all free events right here at the BJCC and other places. So make sure you guys check that out. We got a whole lot more coming up, but do not go anywhere. The Parade of Athletes starts right about now.
A 6-day celebration with over 20 different medaling competitions, 40-plus special events, and 3,000 athletes. Supported by donor families, caregivers, and loved ones, to demonstrate the amazing power of the gift of life, and to thank the individuals whose life-saving donation gave them a second chance. From the white sand beaches of South Carolina's Atlantic coastline to the miles of Pacific Ocean on California's west coast, from the Great Lakes state of Michigan all the way to the Gulf Coast state of Texas, and as far as the islands of Hawaii, 40 teams representing these United States have sent the country's most inspiring athletes here to Birmingham, Alabama, not only to compete, but for a bigger purpose: to connect, to learn, to bring awareness and appreciation to the most selfless gift, the gift of life. A 6-day celebration with over 20 different medaling competitions, 40-plus special events, and 3,000 athletes. Supported by donor families, caregivers, and loved ones, to demonstrate the amazing power of the gift of life, and to thank the individuals whose life-saving donation gave them a second chance. From the white sand beaches of South Carolina's Atlantic coastline to the miles of Pacific Ocean on California's west coast. From the Great Lakes state of Michigan all the way to the Gulf Coast state of Texas. And as far as the islands of Hawaii, 40 teams representing these United States have sent the country's most inspiring athletes here to Birmingham, Alabama. Not only to compete, but for a bigger purpose. To connect, to learn, to bring awareness and appreciation to the most selfless gift, the gift of life.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for the 2024 Transplant Games of America Parade of Athletes. First, please welcome Team Alleghenies. Coming in strong with 150 team members ranging in age from 20 to 78 years old, including 5 military veterans. Thank you for your service. This team has been in existence for 24 years, has participated in 13 transplant games, and has won an impressive 101 medals. Make some noise for Team Alleghenies. Next, Team Arizona. This year, they have 25 members participating, with ages ranging from their youngest at just 12 years old to their oldest at 78. We're also honored to have a veteran on Team Arizona. Thank you for your service. For over 2 decades, this remarkable team has been going strong, celebrating their 24th year in existence. Over the years, they've completed in 11 transplant games and have proudly brought home 57 medals. Give it up for Team Arizona. Please welcome, with 20 team members, Team Arkansas. This team has been in existence for 20 years and participated in 11 transplant games. Once again, Team Arkansas. Up next, Team Buffalo. With an 11 team members ranging in age from their youngest, Caleb Munn, competing for the first time at only 9 years old, to their oldest athlete, Barbara Breckenridge, who's 81 years young and is celebrating 25 years as a transplant recipient. Team Buffalo has been in existence for 32 years, has attended 16 transplant games, and took home 22 medals just last year. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Team Buffalo. Next in our parade, Team Cal Nev. That's California and Nevada together. With a total of 40 members ranging in age from 17 to 80 years old. They've been in existence for 10 years and have participated in all the games since their inception. Beloved team member and transplant community advocate Issa Stenzel Burns was on this team, and although she's no longer with us, her spirit lives on through all of them. Please welcome Team Cal Nev. Next, please welcome Team Connecticut. With a whopping 2,002 team members, making them the largest team overall. Not every team member could make it here today, but they're proud to have tripled their attendance since last year and plan on continuing to do so. The team has been in existence for 20 years, has participated in 10 previous games, and taken home 100 medals. Their youngest member is 11 years old, and their oldest is 69. A special shout out to Sandy Stone, who has the longest standing transplant on the team and has made her way into the Quarter Century Club. Give it up for Team Connecticut. Next up, Team Finger Lakes with 25 team members ranging from 50 to 72 years old. Thank you for your service to the one veteran on the team. This team has been in existence for 26 years, participated in all but 2 of the previous games, and has taken home more trophies than they can count. Today, they march in honor of a team member who passed after 27 years of living life to the fullest after transplantation. She was a champion and a warrior who won't be forgotten. Once again, Team Finger Lakes. Here comes Team Florida. With 40 members ranging in ages from 20 to 80 years old. Team member Kim is a heart and lung recipient with the team's longest standing transplant, going strong for 28 years. The team has been in existence since 1990, has participated in 18 transplant games, and brought home 37 medals. Give it up from the Sunshine State, Team Florida. Next, Team Georgia. Coming in with their mascot, Miss Peach, representing the team's sweet spirit and superior outlook on life. This team has 70 members, 5 of them joining the Quarter Century Club this year, as well as 7 United States veterans. The team has been around for 34 years and has participated in 18 games. Make some noise for Team Georgia. Up next is Team Hawaii, with 50 team members ranging in age from 18 to 80 years old. This team has been in existence for 30 years, has attended 9 transplant games, and taken home over 30 medals. They also have 3 veterans on their team. Thank you for your service. Once again, Team Hawaii. Next, with 70 total members, welcome Team Illinois. They've been in existence for 34 years and have attended 17 transplant games. Their youngest member is 24 years old and their oldest is 39. Let's hear it for Team Illinois. Next, it's Team Indiana, with 63 members between the ages of 12 and 80. This team has been around for 33 years and have taken home 46 medals. And as you can see, this team always sets out to have the most fun in designing a jersey to represent them at these games. Make some noise for Team Indiana. Next up is Team Iowa. Founded in 1996, they participated in 13 games. This year, they have 20 members ranging in age from 12 to 80 years old. and would like to highlight two specific members tonight. John Kaiser, who's an avid supporter of transplantation and organ donation, as well as Cale Farley, who gave the gift of life at the young age of 5 years old. Join us in welcoming Team Iowa. Introducing Team Kentucky, with 65 team members ranging in age from 17 to 75 years old. We salute the veteran on their team, and we recognize Ashley Schmidt, who has had her transplant the longest, receiving her liver 33 years ago. This team has been in existence for 32 years, participated in 16 previous games, and has taken home 250 medals. This team has a bit of a fun fact. The movie Ordinary Angels is a story about some of their newest team members and took place in Louisville, Kentucky. Give a warm welcome to Team Kentucky. With 88 members ranging in age from 23 to 78 years old, please welcome Team Liberty. This team has been in existence for 34 years, participated in 19 games, and just last year, they took home 73 medals. Team member Kathy Gerlach is celebrating 49 years with her transplant, and team member Brian Glennon started the largest living donor kidney transplant chain in New Jersey. Finally, a huge thank you to the two veterans on the team who've gone above and beyond the call of duty. Once again, Team Liberty. Up next, it's Team Louisiana. Coming in strong with 135 members between the ages of 15 and 74, as well as having 6 veterans on this team. The team is celebrating their 10th anniversary, has participated in 5 games, and although they've won a healthy mix of gold, silver, and bronze medals, they haven't kept track of the exact number because they consider themselves all winners. Give it up for Team Louisiana. Now marching in is Team Maryland. With 55 members, this team has been in existence for 30 years and has attended 15 transplant games where they've taken home 65 medals. George Franklin is the team member with the longest transplant, celebrating 48 years. June, another member of the team who attended the transplant games in 1994, has since become a living donor and competed for the very first time in 2022. If that wasn't enough, we'd like to honor the 3 veterans on this team. Thank you for your service. Once again, Team Maryland. Let's now welcome Team Michigan. With 95 members, this is the oldest team in existence. They've been around for 36 years, have competed in 19 games, and won more medals than they can count. Also, a salute to the 2 veterans on the team. Please welcome Team Michigan. Next is Team Mid-America Transplant United. Based in St. Louis, this team is home to 4 world-class transplant centers, and their team is a collective of 5 different states, including Missouri, Illinois, Arkansas, Florida, and Idaho. The team has been around for 33 years and has participated in 16 transplant games. They've got 75 members ranging from 8 all the way to 80 years old, as well as 1 veteran on their team. Once again, thank you for your service. Give it up for Team Mid-America Transplant United. With 110 team members, please welcome Team Mississippi. The youngest member is Adeline Rollins at just 7 years old, along with the team's oldest member, Joseph McDonald, at age 83. They also have a veteran on their team, and we thank you for your service. This team has been around for 26 years, participated in 13 games, and has taken home over 300 medals. Make some noise for Team Mississippi. Next in the arena is Team MN-DAC, representing Minnesota, the Dakotas, and 1 member from western Wisconsin. They've been around for 34 years, have 21 team members, have participated in 16 games. At their last games in 2022, each member of their team went home with at least 1 medal. Give it up for Team MN-DAC. Up next is Team MoCan. That's right, we have Kansas and Missouri in the house tonight with 56 members ranging in age from 16 to 73 years old. 21 of their members are competing in the games for the very first time, and we wish them the best of luck. This team has been around for 30 years and has participated in 15 games. A special shout out to team member Ali Bukan, who's the longest consecutive single transplant recipient at 32 years, having received her transplant at just 7 months old. Also, a huge thank you to the 2 veterans on the team. One more time, a big round of applause for Team Mo Can. Now, please welcome Team Mountain West. With 34 members ranging in age from 12 to 72 years old, they have 2 veterans on their team, and we thank them for their service. The team has been around for 25 years and has participated in 14 games, and they have one member, Riley Nelson, who has participated in every transplant game since 1996, having received his heart transplant 30 years ago. Their motto is hope. Help one person every day. Give it up for Team Mountain West. Now entering the arena with 30 members is Team Nebraska. Their members range in age from 15 to 89, which is the oldest athlete we have participating in the games this year. The team has been in existence for 30 years, has participated in 15 transplant games, and has taken home several medals. And of course, let's not forget to salute the 3 veterans on the team. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Team Nebraska. Next up is Team Nevada. Coming in with 7 members. This team has been in existence for 10 years and has participated in 5 transplant games. They'd like to recognize and give a special honor to one team member in particular, Cliff Kennedy, who received the gift of life in 2008 after being diagnosed with a genetic disease that affected many of his family members, including his son Colin, who passed in 2017. Through Colin, they chose to return the gift by saying yes to organ donation, now making Cliff not only a recipient, but a beloved donor family member. Give it up once again for Team Nevada. Next is Team New England. With 26 members ranging from 35 to 71. They have a therapy dog as their mascot. He's a Cavalier King Spaniel and loves spreading joy to everyone. The team has been around for 26 years and has competed in 11 transplant games. Let's hear it for Team New England. Walking in now is Team North Carolina. With 17 members this year, ranging in age from 16 to 70 years old. The team has been in existence for 10 years and has attended 5 previous transplant games. We also have 2 veterans on the team. Thank you for your service. Give it up one more time for Team North Carolina. Now, please welcome Team Northeast New York. Coming in with 5 team members ranging in age from 50 to 81 years old. The team has been in existence for 26 years and has participated in 14 previous transplant games, receiving 152 medals. Once again, Team Northeast New York. Next is Team Northwest. They may be one of the smaller teams, but it's the team that spans the largest distance with members spread across 2,000 miles. Founded in 2006, the team has participated in 9 previous transplant games. Let's hear it for Team Northwest. Now let's welcome Team Ohio. With 100 members and 7 veterans on the team, thank you for your service and for joining us this year. The team has been around for 34 years, participated in 16 games, received hundreds of medals, and have a wide range of participants from 11 all the way to 83 years old. Once again, Team Ohio. Next up is Team Oklahoma. With 22 members ranging in age from 35 to 70 years old, 2 of these members are donor moms who furthered their bond when one donated her kidney to the other. This team has been around for 28 years and has participated in 14 games, taking home over 100 medals, which they hope to add to this year. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Oklahoma. Here comes Team Philadelphia. With 130 members ranging in age from 8 to 77 years old. This team has been around for 34 years and has participated in 17 transplant games. Their newest transplant recipient, Nate Mann, received his heart just 1 year ago in July of 2023. Team member Pat Hyber is honoring 25 years of her son Chris Wilson becoming an organ donor and is accompanied by her son's liver recipient, Nilsa Edmonds. We also have team member Mike Sidick celebrating his 40-year kidney transplant anniversary on July 9th. Make some noise for Team Philadelphia. next, it's Team Rocky Mountain. The team may be small with only 6 members, one of which is a veteran, and we thank you for your service. They've been around for 34 years, have participated in 18 games, and have taken home 200 medals. A big round of applause for Team Rocky Mountain. Up next, Team SoCal comes in with 26 members, ranging in age from 35 to 79 years old. This team has been around for the last 30 years, has participated in 16 games, and is a mixed blend of recipients, living donors, donor families, and supporters. There's also 2 veterans on the team that we'd like to acknowledge. Thank you for your service. Once again, please welcome Team SoCal. Joining us next is Team South Carolina. With 53 members ranging in age from 8 to 75 years old. The team has been in existence for 20 years, has competed in 10 games, and taken home a whopping 283 medals. They have 3 veterans on their team this year, and we'd like to say thank you for your service. Give it up one more time for Team South Carolina. Please welcome Team Tennessee. There are 40 members on Team Tennessee, 2 of which are veterans. Thank you for your service. The team ranges in age from 27 to 70 years old. They've been in existence for 20 years, competing in 10 transplant games, and taking home 54 medals the last time they participated. And a special spotlight on team member Zach Lloyd, who was one of the very first lung recipients in the country due to COVID-19. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Tennessee. From the Lone Star States, please welcome Team Texas. They hold one of the country's largest donor registries, coming in strong with 100 members. The team has been around for 13 years and participated in 6 transplant games. A special shout out to the veterans on the team. We thank you for your service. Make some noise once again for Team Texas. Next, we have Team Virginia. This team has 20 members ranging in age from 22 to 68 years old. The team has been around for 14 years and has been to 5 Transplant Games. They have a collection of 150 medals. They may be small in size, but they're big in heart and are proud to be a part of this genuine and humble community. Please welcome once again, Team Virginia. Here comes Team Wisconsin. With 60 members ranging in age from 15 to 77 years old. They've been in existence for 34 years, have participated in 16 games, and have taken home 45 medals. Team member Jim Bryan has competed in all of the games since 2004 and is also the team member with the longest transplant, which he's had for 42 years. Once again, Team Wisconsin. We now have 2 teams from beyond our borders participating in the Transplant Games of America. First, please give a warm welcome to Team Australia. And let's give a huge round of applause for the second team who's traveled far to get here, Team Uganda. We really want to celebrate with the next group we have coming in. This is our quarter century club members. These individuals have been leading happy and healthy lives for at least 25 years post-transplant. And we want to give them a huge round of applause. Once again, the Quarter Century Club. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand by and don't leave your seats. We're just minutes away from joining the live broadcast. If you see yourself on the Jumbotron, make sure and make some noise. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please stand by and don't leave your seats. We're just minutes away from joining the live broadcast at the top of the hour. All right, everybody, while we get ready to start the live broadcast, let's get a little exercise. It's time for the dance cam. You see yourself on TV. Show us what you got. We're not done yet. That was so good. We're going to do one more.
If you want my future
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand by. We're just moments away from joining our live broadcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, the live broadcast is now joining us. Please direct your attention to the Jumbotron for a short video presentation. And then get ready to make some noise as we pick up with our final teams in this year's Parade of Athletes.
Beauty, history, Birmingham, Alabama. Welcome to the 2024 Transplant Games in the Magic City.
Live from Legacy Arena in Birmingham, Alabama, it's the 2024 Transplant Games of America. And now, it's our honor to introduce to you this year's host city, coming in strong with 57 members and 1 veteran team member. Thank you for your service. Please welcome Team Alabama. Alabama has the youngest team member competing in this year's games. His name's McCoy Todd Eastman, and he's just 4 years old. Team Alabama has been in existence for 26 years and has participated in 10 transplant games. Team member Frank Reeves was Team Alabama in 1998, being the team's only athlete at the time, accompanied by donor family Hope and Steve Gardner. A special shout out to Eddie Albright, who's the team's longest standing transplant recipient, having received his transplant 48 years ago. And finally, the team would like to dedicate this year to the memory of Joanne McGuire Baxley, the team's former manager who recently passed away. She was instrumental in getting this team off the ground in the early 2000s, and it was her dream for the games to come here to Birmingham, Alabama. Once again, make some noise for Team Alabama. Following right behind Team Alabama, we'd like to recognize and honor all of our donor families who are here with us tonight. The words thank you could never be enough for what you sacrificed in order to give others a second chance at life. It's our great honor to welcome you to the 2024 Transplant Games of America.
Of my granddad's son, hard-working hands in a job well done. Skin as thick as railroad ties, but you could see the kindness in his eyes. I didn't want to do what he did, but I always wanted to be just like him. Strong enough to stay and fight, man enough to do what's right. In his blood, it's in my own. The good and the bad and in between. No, I'm not alone. 'Cause looking in the mirror, it's plain to see my family. a heart of gold, the sweetest soul you could ever know. But you had a boy and had one more. Love and fight was a brother for, and his blood is in my own. The good and the bad and in between. No, I'm not alone. It's looking in the mirror, it's plain to see my family. It's in my own. The good and the bad and in between. No, I'm not alone. 'Cause looking in the mirror, it's plain to see my family. Myself awake beside these nights. Draw me home. Sometimes it gets the best of you. The light should always been someplace new. You can notice to you all before you worries behind you. We'll just figure it out as we go down the road. We think we got it figured out, with hopeful hearts and heads are down, but the truth chase what's written on your heart. If it breaks, fix it and restart. Daylight's burning, soon it will be dark. Leave all your worries behind you at the door. We'll just figure it out as we go down the road. Leave all your worries behind you at the door. We'll just figure it out as we go down the road.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please stand for a special salute as we honor our team of veterans, being led today by Derek Bracey. It's an incredible honor to have each of you here with us tonight. Thank you for your service and your participation.
In a world where bravery knows no bounds, they chose to serve, to sacrifice, to protect. But their heroism doesn't end on the battlefield. For some, the call to serve takes on a new form when they chose to give the ultimate gift, the gift of life. Because true heroes never stop giving. They continue to serve even beyond the call of duty.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we welcome the Boy Scouts of America Troop 445 as they present the nation's colors. Please remain standing for the national anthem, sung by recording artist and American Idol Season 20 contestant from Florence, Alabama, Cadence Baker.
Oh, say, can you see? What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets reclined, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? And the home of the
Live from downtown Birmingham at Legacy Arena. Welcome to the 2024 Transplant Games of America Opening Ceremony. Please welcome your host this evening, living donor and sports anchor from WBRC Fox 6, Mr. J.J. Pruitt.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to Birmingham, Alabama. It is so good to be here with you to celebrate the gift of life, to pay tribute to those who have sacrificed and lost loved ones, to raise awareness for the life-saving gift of organ donation and transplantation, and to kickstart this year's competition. Who's ready? For those of you who don't know my story, I am a living donor. That's right. I donated a kidney to my mother 29 years ago, 1 month after I graduated from college. I saw how she was struggling with dialysis and everything, and I went and got tested immediately. And when I found out that I was a perfect match, there was no way I was not going to give to Mama. Because here in the South, the old saying is, if Mama ain't happy, nobody happy, right? Well, I'm sure, I hope I made Mama happy by giving her an organ. And I say this to all of you. You all know it. We all have similar stories. Support. Tell everybody about it, and make sure you tell everybody to sign up and help give and donate. How about it, guys? Well, I love the way that sports brings people together. And I look forward to seeing what the rest of this week has in store for you guys. I hope Birmingham's treating you guys well. Now, as we move forward with tonight's program, please join me in welcoming to the stage and put a big round of applause the president and CEO of the Transplant Games of America, Mr. Bill Ryan.
Are you excited to be here? Hello, Transplant Games family. I've hugged so many of you, I can't remember how many. Need to do more. How appropriate is it that transplantation, one of the greatest miracles of life, is on center stage? Especially during this week, over the 4th of July, our Independence Day. There's nobody more independent than somebody that's got their transplant. Happy 4th of July to all of you, and thank you for coming to this community of Birmingham, Alabama. Over the course of the next 5 days, you will demonstrate many things to people worldwide. First and foremost, recipients will stand tall, competing in over 20 physical and mental challenges, proving over and over again how transplantation has given them a return to a healthy life. Joined by living donors, we recognize here the contribution that a selfless donation from a live donor has taken us to the next chapter in the amazing medical miracle. Future generations will look back to this period and marvel at the strides we are taking to save lives. Intermingled among athletes of all ages and levels of expertise, our medical teams and caregivers, without whom we would not be here today to celebrate and compete. To those medical teams and caregivers, we say thank you from the bottom of our heart. Thank you for all that you've done to make our lives easier. Finally, we turn to our heroes, donor families. Yeah, that's right. Whose loved ones, in a final act of giving, provided life for others. I know it's a little dark in here, but will those donor families please stand and be recognized? This is a small way to show our gratitude to these amazing people who join us this week to be part of our event. Tonight's program touches on many topics that are near and dear to our hearts. And you'll hear from leaders within this community who have supported us in putting together this celebration of life. We have spent hundreds of hours and worked with untold numbers of volunteers who made this event possible in Birmingham. We're so grateful to be here, so grateful. Thank you for having us. We love all of you. There are too many people from this community to recognize everyone individually, but there are a few that deserve some special recognition, and the top of that list is Birmingham Mayor Randall Woodman. Commissioner Jimmy Stevens from Jefferson County, along with Dr. Young and his amazing team from UAB Health. Their transplant program stands tall in this country, and we're so proud to be here to share the stage with them. Hundreds of people who worked the last 2 years, sponsors led by Eurofin Transplant Genomics, UAB Birmingham, City of Birmingham, County of Jefferson, the Greater Birmingham Convention and Visitors Bureau, and many others in the community whose generosity has allowed us to continue this 34th year of the Transplant Games. Please join me in celebrating this amazing community who truly love and honor your presence here tonight. So I have a request for all of you this week. Whether competing in any of the medaling events or participating in any of the programs and activities, please remember to enjoy and experience the rich history of this community. Share hugs, tears, and memories. Capture great moments in pictures and videos that you can share for months to come. The fact that you're here means that we are saving lives. There are going to be people who see this event, whether it's streamed or on our YouTube channel, that are going to know that lives can be saved through transplantation. You are making a difference. Thank you for being a part of the greatest transplant show on earth. So we got a few awards to hand out. We always try to start off this event by recognizing some people. So tonight we're going to honor the youngest and oldest athlete this year. So we're going to start with the oldest athlete, Shirley Kramer. Shirley, come on up. This is probably one of the few times that you can say something about somebody's age and they don't mind. So Shirley is 89 years young. And so give a big round of applause for Shirley Kramer. Shirley. Can I get a hug? Thank you very much. You are amazing for doing that. Hold it up high. Wait. Thank you, Shirley. You take care, all right? We've got a good seat for you in the quarter century club. All right. I'm going to make sure she gets off the stage okay. All right, and now the youngest athlete, Adeline Rollins. Come on up, Adeline. Adeline's here with her mother, Margaret. I think the rest of her family are here, but Margaret's bringing her up. 7 years old, Adeline has won the Youngest Athlete Award. Hold it up high. Adeline, are you having fun this week? She's having a lot of fun, and aren't we too? All right. Thank you, everybody. You can go back. Oh, her mom should have come up with us. But all right. Now, the last award, we're just going to announce it because the recipient's not here, but the Masiak Award. So those of you who don't know what the Masiak Award is, back in 2011, when it looked like the Transplant Games were being suspended, a kidney recipient in Grand Rapids, Michigan came forward by the name... All right. His name is Thaddeus, but we call him TJ. And TJ took it upon himself to rally people within the community to save the games. And he was energetic, kidney recipient. He made it possible for these games to continue. And he's moved on. He's gotten married. He's got a family. But he's here this week. So thank you, TJ. And we made the award in his honor. And this year the award is going to Sally Coburn. For those of you who remember Sally, Sally's been part of our family in Grand Rapids for many, many years. And only her declining health has not allowed her to be here. But we have given her this award. And I'd love all of you to give a big round of applause for Sally Coburn. So I'm going to get off the stage because there's people that talk better than me and sing better than me and play better than me, so I'm going to go. But for those of you who I haven't hugged this week, I expect a hug sometime in the next few days. Thank you and have a good time tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cadence Baker back to the stage for a special performance.
Always gonna make it move. gotta keep going. Hey, I gotta be strong. Just keep pushing on. 'Cause there's always gonna be another mountain. Always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Whoa, yeah. Keep on moving, keep climbing, keep your faith, baby. It's all about the climb. Keep your faith, keep your faith. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next speaker this evening. Cancer survivor, 20-year retired police officer, donor family member, and heart transplant recipient, Mr. Rodney Woodall.
It's good to be here. Thank you guys for everything. First of all, I want to thank Lord Jesus Christ and my donor family for my gift of life. My name is Rodney Woodall. I received my heart transplant August 15th of 2020, but that's not where my journey started. At the age of 7, I was diagnosed with leukemia at St. Jude Children's Hospital. Doctors discovered later on in my life that the chemo I received damaged my heart. But that wasn't the hard part of my journey. At the age of 43, I received my heart transplant. My journey had just started. Last year, July 18th of 2023, I lost my son. The hardest thing I ever had to do in life was watch my son die in front of me, and I couldn't do anything about it. Watching him die, I watched him take his last breath. I saw this green bracelet. So my son, JJ, was inspired by all of us. He saw how somebody gave their life for their dad to live. So when I was in the hospital having my transplant, he was signing the back of his driver's license. He wanted to be a donor. Not for me, but he saw how this great community came together to support his dad. See, my son, JJ, he knew what he took for his dad. So I challenge all recipients to do more. And all the donors and their family, I am forever grateful to you for everything. Thank you, guys.
How's everybody doing? Good. The song's called We Got Love. Packed some bags and we headed west. Thought that it might be the best thing for us. And I was thinking about me and all the things that you leave behind. Family and a peace of mind. But I got you. I'm gonna love you till these stars go out. Shelter up above you till they all fall down. We ain't got a lot, we got no. We ain't got a lot, we got love. Floating like feathers in the heavy rain. Two of us together can weather any change. Comes our way. Nothing here really feels like home. Home is who you're with when you don't feel alone anymore. I'm gonna love you till these stars go out. Shelter up above you till they all fall down. We ain't got a lot, we got no. We ain't got a lot, we got love. I'm gonna love you till these stars go out. Shelter up above you till they all fall down. We ain't got a lot, we got no. We ain't got a lot, we got no. I said I'm gonna love you till these stars go out. Shelter up above you till they all fall down. We ain't got a lot, we got no. We ain't got a lot, we got no. I said we ain't got a lot, but we got love. We ain't got a lot, we got love.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's our honor to welcome to the stage Mayor Randall Woodfin.
Love was holding all the cards and always kept me in the dark. I never thought
Transplant Games, welcome, welcome, welcome to Birmingham, Alabama. Such an honor to have you. So, I have to tell you, when you get up here, they don't warn you how bright these lights are. I think you can see me, but I cannot see you at all. I am Randall Woodfin, and I proudly serve. I'm honored to serve as mayor of the city of Birmingham. And I am equally honored for our city to play host to this incredible event. Now, most of you should know, if you don't know, that the city of Birmingham is a city that has made history and continues to make history. And over the next few days, what I am confident in saying is, so will you, as you take part in these incredible games. While I can't wait to see the incredible feat of athleticism that will be in our city over the next few days, these games are so much more. It's a time where we celebrate living donors, donor families, caregivers, individuals on waiting lists, donation and professionals, transplant professionals, supporters, and volunteers. This week, oh, absolutely, give it up. Oh, y'all in the stands too, see? See y'all over here as well? This, everybody, this is truly a week of inspiration, powered by the most inspirational people you'll ever meet, held in a city that inspired social change across our world. This year's Transplant Games will truly, truly be special. And so, truly, from the bottom of my heart, everybody, thank you so much for being a part of this history with us. Now, while it's important to celebrate this joyous event, we must also reflect and honor. We must honor the lives that could not be with us as we enter this moment of remembrance, to honor the lives that were lost since the last games. We now ask that you stand with us in unity. If you could, please stand. And if you have your cell phone, we ask that you pull it out and turn on your flashlight. I'm going to do the same thing. Turn on your flashlight, remain standing throughout this next performance, because this is all about carrying the light. Carrying the light, everyone, for one another. Thank you.
All We have weathered through the storms, taking comfort in each other's arms. When the dark clouds come again, I will lift you up and take you in. Let me be sanctuary. Let me be your safe place to fall. I can take away your worries, the refuge from it all this time that we have together is our shelter from the rain. I will share the way you carry. Let me be your sanctuary. I can take away your worries. Let me be your
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your next speaker this evening, living donor recipient from Detroit, Michigan, Mr. David Galbensky.
Wow. What a stirring performance and an amazing tribute to those members that are no longer with us since the last time we were together. I bet you when those pictures were going up, many of you were remembering those special moments. So if you will, just close your eyes and just remember those special moments that you had with those individuals that were a part of our transplant community. And that's why we gather here today as a transplant community, right? Because we're grateful for every opportunity we get to have special moments. And those have been granted to us by our donor families, our living donors, and the medical professionals that make all the magic happen. And so what I'd love you guys to do right now is we're gathered together, right? We got to get some energy going here. And what I want you to do is kind of stand up a moment. And I want you to make some special moments here because that's why we're here. So what I want you to do is just stand up for a second. And I want you to look around at your teammates or someone that is right next to you. And I want you to give them a big high five. And then what I want you to do is, how about you just smile at someone in the community that you don't know and make that special connection because that's why we're here. Woo! And then finally, what I want you to do is just give yourself a round of applause for making special moments here tonight. Because what I know we realize as transplant recipients and part of this community, right, is each moment has an opportunity to be special. And we've got 5 additional days together to make those special moments. Because you know what? I never take those moments for granted. And I know all of you guys out there never take them for granted. So here's what I'd love to do is, I think we're going to amend the theme of this based upon what you guys performed right before we went live, right? Remember when Dance Cam was on? Well, we've got something we're going to add to it, right? We've got the fact that we're going to be sharing stories. That's part of the theme. Saving lives. But you know what I saw a lot of when Dance Cam was on? And this is what's part of the theme. We were shaking some hips out there, weren't we, right? Woo! And that's what it's all about, right? Come celebrate, enjoy, and enjoy the fact that we're going to share stories and we're going to save lives. So let me tell you a little bit about my story. They mentioned I'm a living donor liver recipient. So in 2000, thank you very much, and that's a thanks. That thank you is a big shout out to my brother-in-law, right? My brother-in-law, Mark Dybus, almost 5 years ago, saved my life by donating a portion of his liver to me. So let's give him a big round of applause. He couldn't be here today, right? And because of his gift, I get the chance to share the story. So I suffered from a rare autoimmune disease called primary sclerosing cholangitis. And some of you out there had to share the same disease, right? I know we're in that transplant community, right? And so I was lucky enough that Mark stepped forward to become my living donor, right? And I had it done at Henry Ford Health in Detroit, Michigan. So shout out to Team Michigan. And what's fun about living organ donation for me is I get to come up with these fun taglines, right? So my brother-in-law's last name is Dybus. My last name is Galbensky, and we hail from the Motor City, and you heard Henry Ford. So this is how I introduce myself to people. I'm like, I'm Galbensky, powered by Dybus, and I'm serviced and tuned up by Henry Ford Health. And so we get a great chance to share that story because our whole goal is, how do we pay that gift of life forward? So here's what I want to do right now is I recognize my brother-in-law, Mark, who saved my life, but there's a lot of other angels on earth and heroes here in this audience. And so what I'd love to do right now is have all living donors that are here stand up and get an incredible round of applause because you guys are heroes. Woo! Thank you, living donors. Woo! And that's one of the reasons why my wife and I, about 3 years ago, founded an organization called the Living Liver Foundation. Because we wanted to honor those living donors and the medical professionals that make that magic happen. We wanted to educate the public on the power and possibilities of living organ donation. Because here's why, right? We all know that there's this massive, massive gap between demand and supply of kidneys and livers. The gap is huge. You know the numbers. 100,000 people today are waiting for a kidney or a liver. 90,000 kidneys, 10,000 livers. 17 people a day die waiting for one, right? So we got to continue to do the organ donation registry. It's an and play. And then what we need to do is inspire living donors to give a portion of their liver or the kidney to a recipient. Because you know what it is? It's the ultimate double play. It not only gives someone an organ that saves one life, but it saves the life of someone else waiting because it frees up an organ from the deceased donor registry. It's an amazing thing, right? It's an amazing gift that gives twice, right? And so when my wife and I launched the Living Liver Foundation, we said we got to figure out how we honor, educate, and inspire, let people know that the liver regenerates. Well, it's amazing, right? Take a portion of your liver, put it into the recipient, and within 8 weeks, it regenerates in both donor and recipient. Isn't that amazing, right? The power and possibility of our body. So we wanted to share that, and we said, what is the best way to do that? And I've been a baseball fan since I've been a little kid. And I said, wow, we recognized it's the ultimate double play. What could we do to spread awareness and inspire other individuals to potentially step forward and become those living donors? So we've created what we call the Living Donor Awareness Game. And what we have done is we've taken it to the major league levels. Hey, you can shout out if this is your favorite team. We've done it with the Reds in Cincinnati, Team Ohio. We've done it with the Phillies in Philadelphia, yes. And we've done it with the Braves in Atlanta. We've also taken it to college baseball for those that you love Wake Forest out in North Carolina. And we've also done it throughout the minor leagues. And what we do with those Living Donor Awareness Games, right, is what we want to show is let's highlight the amazing gift that shows that let's do a first pitch and let's have that donor wind up, throw that first pitch to the recipient. You get the analogy, don't you? Living organ donation. That baseball is that organ going from donor to recipient, right? So that people can see that living organ donation is possible to save lives, and we can return to very active lives. And so what we also do is we ensure that when there is an anonymous donor, if they want to meet their recipient, sometimes we do it at the Living Donor Awareness Game, and they meet for the first time. We did that in Philadelphia, and it was one of the most emotional moments of my life to see the donor and the recipient meet for the first time. Can you imagine that connection? Unbelievable. And so what we're trying to do is replicate that throughout the United States. So anyone that loves baseball, if you'd love to do one in your local minor league baseball park or major league baseball stadium, give us a shout at info@livingliver.org. We'd love to help you do that to save lives. Now, I also want to talk to you a little bit about ways that we're trying to advance living donors in terms of removing financial barriers for them. One of the things that we've done in the state of Michigan is advance legislation to ensure that living donors are no longer discriminated against for insurance, life, disability, or long-term care insurance. In the state of Michigan, I was honored to work with our senator to get that done and passed into law in November of 2023. And we've got two more bills pending. One is on for lost wages, lodging, and child care bills, tax credits for the living donor, and employer tax credits. So what we're trying to do is, we try to advance federal legislation. We hope all of you can look at your local states and try to get that advocacy done, right? An incredible opportunity to remove those barriers so our heroes and our angels on earth can step forward and give that gift of life. Because remember, it's the ultimate double play. Before we get ready to close here, I want to share with you some amazing research that is coming out from an organization called kindness.org. Kindness.org. And they've tried to figure out how they could quantify, if you will, acts of kindness. So they've created academic research on it. And they want to investigate, kind of the cost benefit that goes into kindness and what would be the number one overall act of kindness. So they went out and they surveyed 16,000 participants on over 1,692 kind acts. And they asked them to rate them on, hey, if you look at the cost and the benefit, what would be the number one overall act of kindness? And you know what that was? It was giving an organ to a friend. Isn't that unbelievable? It was living organ donation. The number one overall kind act from kindness.org. And here's what blew me away. 4 out of the top 10 kindness acts involved living organ donation. So let's get out there and let's go do some random acts of kindness, right? Because it's the number one overall act, and we can close that gap. So we started out recognizing some of those special moments and kind of closing our eyes when we came out here. I need your help one more time because I believe in the power and possibility of visualization. So I'd ask you to close your eyes right now. And I want you to get real still. Okay, real still here. I know we're in a big arena, but let's get real still. I want you to close your eyes and picture some things with me, okay? So here's what I want you to picture. I want you to picture a day when a loved one in need of a kidney or liver no longer has to get sicker and sicker, moving up the transplant waiting list for the availability of an organ. I want you to picture a day when living organ donation is the norm and recipients begin the transplant process with a living donor already identified and qualified. Finally, I want you to picture a day when we have zero wait list in the United States and around the world. That's what I want you to picture. Because here's what I believe with the bottom of my heart with this community, that together we can get to waitlist zero. Together we will get to waitlist zero. Together we must get to waitlist zero. So who's with me together? So thanks so much for the opportunity to share living organ donation and my journey to you. And one last great shout out to our heroes and our angels on earth, the living donors. Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Jefferson County Commission President, Mr. Jimmy Stevens.
You know how important you are by how far down the program you are. And there is what I'm supposed to be saying. They gave it to me. It's all wrong. It doesn't work. We'll put that over here, and let's talk about something why we're here tonight. We all have challenges throughout life, whether we're young or whether we're old. And each page we turn in life tells its own story. And our lives are filled with many, many chapters in how we go. Our county commission operates on what we call the C attitudes. A great man a long time ago operated on the B attitudes. You know who I'm talking about? God bless you. Thank you. C attitudes. You communicate, you cooperate, and you coordinate. You can apply that to any organization or anything that you have in life. And if you can get that done, you can be successful. One more, you have to compartmentalize those issues that you really don't agree on and set those aside for the good of the body. Now, what does that have to do with this? Well, that goes back to talking about commitment. So you add that commitment to the C attitudes. And what do you have? Well, you have the opportunity for success. But in each opportunity for success, you have that challenge moving forward. Now, as I'm here, they gave me 2 minutes. And how do you give a politician that's been in office for 16 years 2 minutes to say something? It just doesn't work that way. But I'm going to try to close it up, as quickly as I can. But I want to challenge each and every one here, because we're talking about donors and we're talking about donees, the recipients. Now, you're here because you're committed. You're here because you faced that challenge. But the next thing that we need to do, and we need to do this together, as another C, community, we need to work to make sure that the back of every driver's license has organ donor on it. It costs nothing. I lost my driver's license. And I can't tell you where it is. And my wife's down here somewhere. And she couldn't find it. So it's so easy to go online now and to get a replacement license. It's $33.50 here in Alabama. But that's neither here nor there. But it asks a simple question. Do you wish to be an organ donor? All you have to do is check yes. And it works out so easily for everyone. Now, has anyone heard of the University of Alabama? All right, how about Ohio State? How about Michigan? How about Georgia? How about Texas? How about Oklahoma, Florida? LSU. LSU? All right, everyone, listen. The Arkansas, woo! Sweet! All right. It goes on and on, guys. But we're here for two things. We cannot forget the purpose. You must not forget the purpose. But you must leave with that challenge to get it done. You know, there's an old saying here in the South, get her done. Okay? I'm going to leave you tonight as an old politician, and they put my drink in a thing that said young and old. They put me in the old section over there. So I don't know why, but they did. But I want to say that I appreciate everyone here. I understand the commitment that was necessary for this to take place. I understand that there are challenges moving forward. But with divine help and working together, we can make this thing happen, and we can leave this world a better place than we received it. I want to tell everyone that God bless you, and we look forward to seeing you at the next World Transplant Games. God bless everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest has been a transplant surgeon at the University of Alabama at Birmingham since 1997, performing over 1,800 kidney and pancreas transplants. He served as the director of the pancreas program, the director of pediatric kidney transplantation, and is now the co-director of the UAB Comprehensive Transplant Institute. Please welcome Dr. Carlton Young.
Well, thank you so much. To say the least, I'm truly delighted to celebrate the start of the 2024 Transplant Games of America. And everyone has welcomed you. I want to do the same to our wonderful city, the Magic City, Birmingham, Alabama, and the first transplant center in the Southeast, the University of Alabama at Birmingham. I must say, when I watched all the teams come in, I was touched because I saw the team from Philadelphia. I was born in Philadelphia. I went to school at Hopkins in Maryland. I nearly froze to death in Wisconsin. My first transplant job almost burned up in Arizona. But I've been here in this wonderful state and city since 1997, of which I call home. And it's truly a privilege for me to be here. It's truly a privilege for all transplant surgeons to do what we do. On December 23, 1954, the first successful kidney transplant between identical twins was performed in Boston, Massachusetts. There you go. 13 years later, the first human heart transplant was performed. 70 years later, transplant continues to witness significant advancements that have impacted patients and their families. And we're continuing to go on and chart new waters from the scientists that have great minds and dedication to making sure that we can make your lives better. Every year, organ donation saves the lives of thousands of individuals. In 2023 alone, more than 46,000 transplants of every type were performed in the United States. But as you all know, every 8 minutes, another patient is added to the national transplant waiting list. And every day, 16 people pass away waiting for an organ transplant. Our organ procurement agency, the Legacy of Hope, is committed to working every day to address this great need. I must say, I've been doing transplants for more than 30 years. And every time that I would go in and do a donor, the organ center and the surgeons there, we would stop and pray and think about the donor and their gift as well as the families. And sometimes it was really hard, especially doing donors from kids. But I knew that someone was going to benefit from this. I'm a pediatric transplant surgeon as well. So I take care of little babies, 20, 40-pound-year-old weighted kids. But to see the change that can come about from a child being transplanted is transformative, not only for that child, but also for their family. And some of you have had that experience, and especially our donor families, if one of your children has died, know that those organs went to help someone in great need. These Transplant Games of America raise awareness of the impact that organ donors can have. To say it bluntly, organ donors and their families save lives, and that's what we're here to do. And that's what transplant surgeons have the privilege of doing. I am blessed to do what I do. I've been given a gift to give back. I am a servant to the people who need my help. And God has blessed me to be able to do what I do. I don't say that lightly because there are times that I've had to stand there with a very difficult patient, and I would just sit and pray, Lord, what do I do next? And always get an answer. So we work very hard. My team going out on donors in the middle of the night, folks get stressed, but we do it because we love our patients. And what I always try to tell the medical students when they come into medical school, I say, don't become a doctor unless you love people. If you do not love people, don't go into medicine. Don't go into medicine to make money. You go into medicine because it is a higher calling. These transplant games are a tribute to all of these people, to all of you, the living donors, and also the families of deceased donors. Their great generosity and gifts you have given lives to our recipients, but also to their families. A lot of times we have patients come in with their families, and you just don't understand what we can feel when someone has been able to see their child graduate from high school or college or get married, and let alone have grandchildren. These 5 days will highlight the power of organ donation and transplantation as we celebrate the world's largest gathering of the transplant community. UAB Medicine is proud to be a partner of these 2024 games. This institution has had a long and rich history that began with the first renal transplant in 1968. That transplant was performed by Dr. Gil Diethelm. He did his residency back then and training in Boston. But he came down, he was from New York. And he came down to Birmingham in the mid-60s during the turmoil of those times. And he dedicated himself to transplanting African Americans, regardless of what the people in the city said at the time. And we continue that legacy now, making sure that everyone has equal access to transplants. And we're doing our best and working with all organizations to make sure everyone has an equal chance to get a transplant. UAB has been a leader all these decades in the field of transplantations, and we have performed the second most number of kidneys in the United States, over 16,000. I'm so old that I remember when we did number 5,000, and they gave me a little pin, and now we're at 16,000, and my back is bad, my neck is bad, my knees are bad, but my heart is full of love and joy for all of you. I am proud to say that UAB has transplanted more African Americans than any other transplant center in the world. While the African American community suffers disproportionately from diabetes and hypertension, two of the main causes of renal disease, we are dedicated at UAB making sure that we are able to serve our population who is suffering. More than 50% of the people on our waiting list are African American, while they only constitute about 26 to 28% of the population. The burden is heavy, and we try assiduously to get donors for them, but as you know, a lot of the family members have diabetes and hypertension themselves. So it's a call not only for us to address that problem, but our overall health, not only of the donors, but overall in the United States. It continues to be an issue, but we're going to continue to help those that can become donors and work very hard to find those donors that we can find. And right now, UAB has done more than 400 transplants of all types annually. We are consistently recognized as one of America's top transplant centers based upon our scientific innovation, achievement, and organ transplantation. We're fortunate that patients come to Birmingham from all over the world to avail themselves of the skill, experience, and dedication exhibited by our internationally renowned transplant surgeons and physicians. And I must say, I cannot do all this alone. I have tremendous colleagues who are medicine physicians. We have nurses, APPs, OR staff, clinic staff, EV staff, the folks that clean the rooms. Everybody is important in our team because everybody works together. To make sure that our patients do well. My mama used to say, God is no respecter of persons. And she was right. She's still alive. She's 89. She lives down here. But everyone is important. No matter what you do, whatever your walk in life is, you are important. And I was brought up to make sure that everyone is noticed to be important. Because I don't want a dirty room when a patient goes in. They want it nice and sparkly and clean. But people forget about our folks that clean up. But we can't forget them. They're just as important as a surgeon that does the transplant. And as I said, I'm just blessed to do what I do. I've been given these gifts to do what I do. That's just what I do. But I couldn't do what I do without all the organ donors that have come forth, families as well as living donors. And UAB continues to be innovative in surgical techniques, overcoming blood incompatibility, working with telehealth, especially after what COVID did. And in 2023, we celebrated the first baby born as a result of UAB Medicine's uterus transplant program. And we have 3 so far, and we continue to look forward to have more. This is just one example of the life-changing work that happens at UAB every day. It is an honor to be here. It is an honor to be able to stand in front of you all. I am humbled that you have given me the opportunity to be here, as well as to our patients, to give me the opportunity to operate on them. Without our living donors, deceased donors, or families, all of the medical advances that you read about would not be possible. Those gifts of life and your selfless sacrifice, I say thank you. We thank you. Everyone here thanks you for taking the time to come to our city. We are proud of our city. Oh, music. Maybe they want me to stop. Okay. I'm almost done. Uh-oh. I'm almost done. Oh, we got to cut. I got to go. But thank you.
I just want you to know I didn't cut him off. Wow, what a great night, right? As we get ready to wrap up, we want one important piece of opening ceremony. We got to light the cauldron. A symbol that holds profound significance and a rich history of within the realm of the Olympic-style events. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for this? It dates back to the 1928, back to ancient times when the Olympic Games in Greece, where a sacred flame was kept burning throughout the entirety of the Games. Back in 1928 Amsterdam Olympics, the tradition was reintroduced into the modern era, and it serves as a powerful symbol of continuity between the ancient and modern games. And we're getting ready to light that baby up again tonight. Are y'all ready? So So all of you who've traveled great distances, carried many memories, the authentic Olympic torch from the 1996 Atlanta Olympic Games has been brought in for this very moment right here. You see it right there? It's carried by Andrew Burns, Hotsko Stenzel, and Jill Nolan in honor of Issa Stenzel Burns, an inspirational transplant athlete whose life was an incredible tapestry of love, courage, and hope. As you know, we lost Issa last summer, but her spirit is embodied in her book, The Power of Two, and subsequent documentary by the same name, which chronicles the story of two twin sisters and their cystic fibrosis cancer journey. So are you guys ready? It hopes and dreams the aspirations of millions of athletes around the world. That is what the cauldron is going to do. The flame represents the undying spirit of competition. Are you ready? Join together with one voice as it reminds us that this is what the Transplant Games is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cadence Baker.
Broken down and tired, living life on a merry-go-round, and you can find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, and I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up, high like the waves. We'll rise up, inspired. Do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. When the silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains, and we'll rise up, rise like the day. We'll rise up, we'll rise unafraid. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up, have each other, and for that we have each other. We will rise, we will rise, we will rise up, we'll rise. We'll rise up, rise like the day, we'll rise up in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again for you, for you, for you, for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen them on this stage already here tonight, but it's time to give a proper introduction to the duo who's about to take the stage. These two musicians are the Talbot Brothers, and they're no stranger to the transplant community. Please join me in welcoming them back to the stage to share their story and debut Patty's Song, an original piece that captures the heart of their story through the art of music.
Thank you. All right, so I just wanted to tell the story real quick, kind of how we got connected with all this. We played a show in Arizona and met a brother and sister who, the sister donated a kidney to her brother, and then kind of got to talking to them, and they have this event called Music to Save a Life, and they do that in Prescott, Arizona. They've been doing it. They're going to do it in Phoenix this year. It's getting bigger and bigger. It's to raise awareness for living donors and things like that. And after we got to know these guys and talked to them, I told them that I did a bone marrow donation several years ago when I was in college, and it was just, thank you. Thank you. I didn't, I was young enough at the time, I didn't really know what it meant or anything like that. And years later, just a couple years ago, I got another call from this organization called Be the Match, and yeah, they're cool. And I was talking to this gal on the phone. She was asking me if I could do another donation, and she was starting to tell me about it, and she's like, well, I don't really need to tell you about this because you already saved a life. And I was like, I didn't even know that, It's been all this time, and I think it's such a cool thing. I don't know what you believe, but I believe it's crazy that God made us so that we could share these things with each other, share these parts of us. Yeah, truly a mastermind up there. So anyways, we're just fortunate to be here, and thank you all for listening. Everyone here has been so good, all the speakers, the musicians, and it's been a pleasure. We're going to play you this song we wrote for our friend Patty. It's called Patty's Song.
When you look in my eyes, what do you see? Is it a past life or a future for me? The way my heart beats because of you, giving your life so I can be new. Somewhere in my bones, I have always known you'll always be a part of me, will never be apart. You'll always be stories you've told and the places you've been, I'll make them my own, like strangers turned friends. Somewhere in my bones, I have always known you'll always be a part of me. We'll never be apart. You'll always be a part of me. We'll never be apart. Always be a part of me. We'll never be apart. You'll always be a part of me. No, we'll never be apart.
Thank you.
Give it up for the Talbot brothers! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there's 4 more words that I have to say. But I'm gonna let you pop one first before we do it.
I've never done this before, so we'll see how far this goes.
Yeah, let's go.
Which way should we go?
Who wants it? Try it again. We'll pop it up some more. Is it on? Oh, okay. There we go. One more on this side, maybe. I know, right? It does. Oh, okay. Said it feels right. Feels right now. How good is your arm? Your guitar is good. How good is your arm? Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, get you some rest because the games begin tomorrow. But right now, let the games begin! Have a wonderful night, ladies and gentlemen, and get ready to compete. We'll see you later. Eat lots of barbecue while you're here.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the 2024 Transplant Games of America Opening Ceremony. The fastest way back to your hotel will be taken to the buses, which are waiting for you on 19th Street.